So last month, my younger brother Jake decided he was going to become an entrepreneur and start a pet sitting business in our neighborhood. At first, I thought he was mostly in it for the dog walking money, but he insisted he'd care for any and all pets, no matter how scaly or slimy. Things were going surprisingly well. He had a regular client roster, a fanny pack full of treats, and he even made little bow ties for the pets. The only thing I found mildly odd was his insistence on referring to every animal as my client, including Mrs. Grayson's turtle, who mostly just glared at him from his tank. Last Saturday, while I was lounging on the couch, Jake burst in holding a goldfish bowl and an actual dog leash. He announced, "I'm taking Bubbles for a walk. Exercise is important for all pets." I asked him how one walks a goldfish, but he just rolled his eyes and muttered something about mindset and thinking outside the bowl. I watched from the window as Jake, goldfish bowl in hand, strolled down the sidewalk, narrating the sights to Bubbles, who looked about as thrilled as a goldfish possibly can. That's when things got a little out of hand. The neighbor's cat, Whiskers, who usually spends his afternoon sunbathing, spotted Jake and Bubbles on their walk. I guess Whiskers thought Jake was in over his head, because he started following them, meowing loudly and occasionally swatting at passers-by if they got too close. Eventually, Whiskers leapt up onto the wall next to Jake and started pacing, keeping a very close eye on the bowl. By the time they made it back, 3 more neighborhood cats had joined the procession, and Mrs. Grayson's turtle was at the window, looking unusually alert. When Jake finally got home, he looked frazzled. "I think the cats have unionized," he said. Meanwhile, Whiskers had stationed himself next to the goldfish bowl, tail flicking like a metronome. Now, every time Jake sits down with Bubbles, Whiskers comes running and stares intently, like he's waiting for someone to yell "man overboard." So, thanks to Jake's entrepreneurial spirit, we now have a cat who thinks he's a lifeguard, complete with a tiny red collar that says Baywatch.